Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Shin Kim. This is the class of Christian Apologetics. Today my topic is death and the life of death. A little bit in our daily life actually we don't talk about this issue, okay? But as we know, everybody actually faced with death, okay? Death. Death is 100% truth. Yeah. Sometimes when we living in this world, sometimes somebody said that money has power, money is everything, and our happiness rely on our house and friendship, and we talk about a lot of definition. But as we know, sometimes big money actually bring sometimes disaster instead of happiness. Okay. Whenever we sometimes read the newspaper and somebody won the lottery and earn maybe more than $10 million, but several years later we saw some newspaper. He is bankrupt and divorced and lost a family and addicted to the drug. Yeah, even though we have money, sometimes we experience unhappiness. So money has power. That definition is not 100% perfect actually truth, but through whole our life, what is the 100% perfect actually truth? Death, okay? This is 100% truth. Death is waiting for everybody. Even me, including you. Everybody going to die in some days. And we cannot escape from death. So even though, yeah, human history, how long? I'm not sure. Half a million years? Or more than around 100,000 years. And how many people live on the earth? Okay, maybe several billions of people living on the earth. Okay, but everybody died. We never see any person who was born 150 years ago. We never see any single person who were born 200 years ago. Okay, because everybody, we cannot escape from this. So that's why we afraid of also death. Okay, whenever somebody dies around you, your family member dies, your friends dies, nobody actually feel happiness, nobody feel any joy. Okay, everybody feels sad. Okay, we lost somebody, and that's the end of a relationship. So that's why all of us, even including me and you, and we are afraid of death. But unfortunately, we don't know about what happened after our death. Okay? Do you know what happened after your death? Because everybody died, and after their death, nobody come back to life. Okay? So they don't know. The dead person say any single word. So even though we have a lot of question, a lot of actually we wanted to know about life after death, but unfortunately we cannot ask any question. Okay, we are alive now. We are living. We are living on the earth, and we don't know. We cannot raise any question. Okay, so but everybody going to die, but we hate to talk about also death. Okay, so maybe in your daily conversation, do you talk about death? No, we talk about money, we talk about house, we talk about car, we talk about the make a trip. Okay, so we talk about food, but usually we never talk about death. Even though this is 100% perfect actually truth, and everybody actually waiting for their death, but we don't know. We actually don't want to talk about death. But definitely, some years later you're gonna die. That's the truth. Okay. So now in the modern day, around the human lifespan, maybe around average age 80. That means exactly 30 years later, I'm gonna die. 30 years later, definitely I'm gonna die. And So is there can we talk about anything about life after death? We don't know about the answer. Okay, there is no scientific actually answer about that. And usually medical doctor definition of death. Okay, according to the medical definition, actually death is number one is stop of breathing. Usually when you stop breathing for over three minutes, actually you're gonna die. So sometimes when we kill somebody with the pillow, actually we press the head for 2 or 3 minutes, and after that, stop breathing. That means death. Oh, he died. Number two is a stop of heart beating. Okay, and so people drown on the water, and he or she doesn't know how to swim and sink, and over 2 or 3 minutes, and we bring him out, and what do you start? Okay, we stop actually emergency, actually pressing the chest and press it within 1 minute, and 2 minutes we press down. Okay, and sometimes by luckily somebody actually start their hearting and breathing, but as soon as our heart stop over 5 minutes, actually already with our brain and our whole body system going to be rotten. Okay, so even though come back to life after 10 minutes, some part of the body is already in disease, in serious actually situation. So number three is brain death. Another actually vocabulary called coma. So we stop breathing, our heart actually stop beating, and sometimes brain death, coma. At the time, as a medical term, actually we call it the death. Okay, so when I actually visited the hospital, and I saw some people who rely on some mechanic. Okay, the mechanic actually circulating the blood, and also provide some oxygen to our lung, but his actually brain is dead, and he cannot say any single word over 1 year. Okay, vegetable actually death. Okay, human being is not we are not the actually tree. Okay, we are not vegetarian, vegetable, and vegetable never move. Okay, it survive. Okay, we survive, but it seems like to the animals, it never moving body over 1 year. We call the death is defined as the some kind of death. Okay, long time ago there is no medical development, no medical actually machine, and you stop breathing, you never wake up, and you die. Okay, but in the modern term, actually there is some machine, as I said, it provides some food into your body, it provides some oxygen into your body, but you are in coma, you never say any single word over 1 year. Okay, that's called brain death. So look at the picture. A healthy patient brain is looks like white. Okay, but as soon as brain death, it become black. Okay, black. So that's the actually sign of death. So in the medical term, the medical doctor, you die what time, on what day. They actually make a sentence about your death. Okay, but according to the Bible, biblical definition of death is a little bit different. Okay, a little bit different. The book of Second Samuel chapter 14, like water spill on the ground, which cannot be recovered, so we must die. So as soon as there is a cup of water, but by accidentally we drop it and the water spill on the ground, you never gain water. Okay. One example, you stop by the Starbucks and you purchased a cup of coffee, but when you're going to the your car, you drop the coffee and the coffee spill on the bottom. There is no more actually coffee. Okay, you cannot drink the coffee. It is exactly the death is exactly the same. Okay, so like a water spill on the ground, which cannot be recovered. Cannot be recovered. Okay, you cannot drink coffee after you are spilling on the ground, and so we must die. We must die. That means not a single exception. Everybody dies, as I said. This is the separation of the soul from the body. According to the biblical definition, even medical, what is the medical definition of this? As I said, stop breathing. Stop your stopping of your actually heart, okay, beating, and your brain death, That is the actually scientific medical definition of death. But according to the Bible, this is the separation of the soul and from the body. So as I said, the human being has looks like a three-part body. Okay, we have a body. Everybody has a body, human body. But we think, we run, and we enjoy. Okay, that's the soul inside our body. But another part called the spirit. There is human spirit inside the body, and as soon as the soul or the spirit left the body, we're gonna die. That's the definition of the biblical definition of the death. Okay, according to the book of the James, chapter 2, you may see the picture. There is a description about this. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without work is dead also. So what is the definition of this? The body without the spirit. Okay, the spirit dwell in the body. But as soon as the spirit left the body, you're gonna die. Okay, so the body without the spirit is death. Okay. So we can figure it out. There is some difference between the medical term and the biblical term. Okay, the definition of death is totally different from each other. So what happened after death? The body returned to soul. As soon as during the summer you die and your body become rotten, smelling. And the people no longer holding your body, your dead, our actually dead body. Okay, as soon as somebody dies, we try to bury, or in the modern term, actually, we try to burn the body, make the ashes. Okay, so body will return to soil. So our question is that, is death the end of our life? What do you think about it? What do you think about it? According to the Bible, no. That's not the end of life. There is another life after our death. So usually, as I said, the biblical definition of the death is the spirit. The spirit left the body. So the left picture just symbolize that thing. Okay, even though the spirit is invisible. Okay, we cannot see our spirit by ourselves because the spirit is spirit. Okay, human being only see the material. Okay, your body is material. Desk, car, house, building, they are material. We see the physical material, but we cannot see the spiritual being, and the spirit is some kinds of a spirit, okay, spiritual being. So as soon as you lay down on the bed and your spirit left the body, you die. So by accidentally, I'm not sure this is a real picture or not, but try to look at the right side of the picture. One person lie down on the bed, but suddenly some little bit spirit being actually left the body, and as soon as the spirit left your body, some patient's body, actually he died. Okay, it was filmed. It is CCTV. Through the CCTV, actually, by accidentally, it was filmed, and you may actually see this kind of picture on website. Okay, so many pictures. Okay, as soon as some invisible, usually invisible, but sometimes by accidentally some is a little bit timid visible. Okay, little bit timid spiritual being left your body and you die. Okay, that's the definition of the according to the Bible. Okay, so another question is that is there any proof that life after death? So after I die, you die, we died, that's the end of whole life, or is there anything after our death? So we don't know, but we don't know, as I said. So usually recently by the medical doctor and the psychologist, actually they try to figure out what happened. Especially they have a lot of conversation with the dying person. So in the United States, in the medical hospital, and the medical doctor and the psychologist, and they survey about near-death experience. Maybe in 5 minutes he gonna die. Within 10 minutes or 1 hours he gonna or she gonna die. So they talk about that, but by accidentally. Very rare percentage. Maybe 1 per 1 million. Okay, 1 million people die. 1 million people die, but no one actually coming to life. But only by the chance of 1 per 1 million. Okay, very rare. Okay, sometimes some people back to life. Okay, they're called near-death experience. Scientific research into near-death experience has been going since 1970s, and as I said, only a few people. Extremely rare case. Okay, rare case. Never happened. Okay, but very few. As I said, 1 per 1 million. 1 million people die. Among them, 1 person back to life. Okay. So a few people return to life after the death, especially Dr. Raymond Moody Jr. He actually documented thousands of cases of out-of-body experience. That means there are some people die, and suddenly he was or she was sentenced to you die. But suddenly 5 or 10 minutes later, suddenly he become consciousness and back to life, okay, alive. So Dr. Raymond Moody, okay, actually he documented 1,000 of cases because through his whole life, actually he had been in the hospital, and he has a lot of actually survey about these kinds of death moment. So actually, according to the Dr. Raymond A. Moody, he actually wrote a book called Life After Life, okay, around 40 years ago. If you really want to know about near-death experience, try to read this book, okay, Raymond A. Moody. A long time ago, actually, I read a Korean translated book, okay, so I was impressed by his actually survey. And as you know, this book has been sold over 14 million copies. Well, what do you think about this one? That means there are so many people they wanted to know about death. Okay, so many people they wanted to know about what happened my death. So they exactly, as I said, death is 100% perfect truth, and even though we don't talk about this issue, but many people thinking about seriously about death, and they know about the definition of death. They wanted to know about what happened after their death. They really know about this one. Okay, that's why over 14 million people copies sold, and one of the commonality about near-death experience. Most cases they are described that okay, they have a car accident, they have some surgery, and they gonna die in the hospital, and suddenly my spirit left my body, and my spirit saw my dead body, and actually beyond his or her spirit left the body, and it looks like flying on the air, and look down, and the medical doctor sentenced you die. So that spirit actually going suddenly moving somewhere, especially their spirit actually pass along some tunnel. Okay, when we drive the car and there is a big mountain, and sometimes we cannot climb up on the top of the mountain. That's why usually we digging the ground and make a tunnel. Okay, tunnel is dark. Okay, as you see, tunnel is very, very dark. So on the tunnel actually there is a light, so we drive the car through the tunnel. At the end of the tunnel we see the light. Okay, we see the light. Finally we passed under the mountain. Okay, so it is exactly almost same. The spirit left our body and it fly, and on the air actually the spirit looked on my dead body, and everybody is crying, my family is crying, and the medical doctor covered my dead body with white clothing. Okay, so I died, and suddenly actually my spirit actually enabled was led to some tunnel, and it was dark, and suddenly when I saw some the end of the tunnel, I saw the light, and before reaching there, suddenly my spirit back to my body, and I open my eyes, I start breathing, and my heart it start beating again. Okay, that's the commonality. That's the some kind of a commonality story about near-death experience. So you may read this book if you get any chance. One of the thing that we must know about death is that death. Okay, death. You wanted to know about how to make money. You wanted to know about how to purchase new house, how to buy the new car. You really know about that issue, because that is related to our real life. But as I said, death is waiting for you. So you must know about what happened. What is the definition of death, and what will happen to you after your death, and is there any life after death? So one of the scientific, psychological evidence about death is death, near-death experience, as I said. But he is not alone. So many scholars, even Dr. Edward, actually she recorded the events of over 3,000 adults and 277 children who had near-death experience. Wow. By very luckily, actually, she witnessed, she actually have interview with so many people, okay, about near-death experience. So even she actually writing a book, okay, PMP Edward. Actually, she also writing down about near-death experience. This book is also another bestseller. Even there are, maybe you are familiar to Complete Idiot Guide. Yeah, whenever I go to the bookstore, I saw the Complete Idiot Guide. I saw these kinds of book. Okay, even this book dealing with the near-death experience. Okay, so as I said, if you have any interesting about near-death experience, you may purchase this book. Okay, and because as I said, death is waiting for you, so you should know about before you die. Okay, so that's why even before being a Christian, actually, I have curious about death, and I purchased this book and I read them. Okay, but as I said, the Dr. Edward book is almost same as the previous book. Raymond, okay, Dr. Raymond, Moody Raymond book. It is almost same description about near-death experience. They die again. They die. Their spirit left their body, and the spirit floating on the air, and looked down his dead body. Everybody cried, and the family cried out, "Oh my God, my father died!" They cry out. But as soon as that moment, suddenly spirit go to the some kinds of led to the some tunnel, and it was dark, and see the other side of the tunnel, and you see the light. Suddenly it coming back, okay, coming back to the body, and he alive or she alive, open eyes, hey, I'm alive, and the family rejoiced, and they are so glad to see their father and mother again, and but they talk about near-death experience, talking about their story. So this is exactly the description of a near-death actually experience. One more. So many more, okay? Even though, yeah, this is some kind of undiscovered area, but there are a lot of actually medical doctor, psychologists actually dealing with about the problem of this. Dr. Pim Rommel actually also conducted a clinical study around 300 people, and it is also exactly the same. So there is a book, Pim Van Rommel, Consciousness Beyond Life, okay, the science of near-death experience, MDE, okay. But this is also almost same, okay, medical factor alone. But the problem is that medical factor alone cannot account for the occurrence of the near-death experience. So what did I say? What is the definition of medical definition of death? Stop breathing. Okay? Stop your heart beating. Your brain death. That's all. That's the actually medical definition of death. But near-death experience talking about totally different story. It looks like a very spiritual story, okay? Not scientific one, okay? Just imagine that you die, your spirit left your body, and your spirit looked down your dead body, physical body, and suddenly your spirit actually going somewhere, and just going through some tunnel, and look at the end of the tunnel, and a little bit saw something, another world, okay? And in a second, suddenly your spirit back to your body. So even so many people describing about the near-death experience, but they never see the other side. Okay, the other side of the tunnel. That means as soon as your spirit go through the tunnel and reach to the end of the other tunnel, bright side, that means their spirit never come back, okay? Never come back. So there is no such a single story. They almost reach to the other side of the tunnel and coming back to their body. That's all. So do you think this near-death experience is scientific and very regional, logical? I don't think so, okay? This is a little bit spiritual story, okay? There isn't no such a scientific actually evidence, but everybody's usually the person who experienced near-death experience actually they talking about almost the same story. That's why. Usually, according to, there are so many religions around the world. As I said, there is more than 10,000 religions around the world. But usually, there is 5 basic theory of the afterlife. Number 1 is materialism. That means nothing survives. Death and all of meat. So there is nothing. There is nothing after death. We die. That's all. There is no life after death. That's called materialism. Maybe if you are atheism, you are atheist, you don't have any personal religion, that means you believe that there is no life after death, okay? That is related to the materialism. Number 2 is paganism. Is beggar, shadow, semi-self, or ghost survivor? Some kinds of ghost, okay? Ghost. So yeah, even yeah, when I living in South Korea, actually we worship our ancestor. So my grandmother died, my grandfather died, and after then next year we actually make some prepare some food and we bow down. Okay, we bow down before our grandfather, grandmother, because we believe that our my grandfather, grandmother, after the death, they become a ghost. So we worshiping the ghost of our ancestor, okay? But the ghost is less alive because it is invisible. Ghost is invisible, less it seems the spiritual, not material, not less real, but maybe many years later, actually the ghost go to the place of the dead, okay? So yeah, exactly. This is related to some kind of shamanism. Okay, shamanistic definition of death. You die, and after that you become a ghost, and maybe 50 or some years later, actually it goes to the another world. Okay. So that's why it called paganism, vague shadow, semi-self, or ghost survive. So exactly, yeah, related to my ancestor worshipping and shamanism. Number 3 is reincarnation. The individual soul is reincarnated into another body. So look at the painting. You die, yeah, you become old, you finally died, but you were born in other family as a baby. So usually in Buddhism, reincarnate, okay? You are born, you die, and death is not the end of life, and you are born, you will, sometimes you did a lot of bad thing in this world, and maybe next generation, next life, you will be as an animal, okay? You will be born as a dog or a cow or pig, but you are a good person, you do a good thing, you will be born as a human being again. So that called actually reincarnation, especially in Buddhism. I don't know which actually theory are you following, okay? Do you think that death is the end of whole life? Or do you believe that after your death you're gonna be a ghost? Or do you believe that you are reborn as a human being in next generation, okay? Which one do you believe? And number 4 is pantheism. Pantheism is actually death change nothing. This is a little bit philosophical one, okay? The unchanged, changeless, eternal, perfect, spiritual, divine, all-inclusive reality. So that means we are alive and we die. There is no difference. They called actually pantheism. It is called Brahman. Time is an illusion. So that means your eternal self exists. Okay, so there is no difference between the alive or death. Okay, there is no difference. So that called actually pantheism. Number 5 is immortality of the soul. At death, the soul or the spirit separate from the body. The individual soul survive after death. The soul reach its eternal destiny of heaven or hell. It is exactly Christianity, okay? Christianity describe about that. What did I say? What is the biblical definition of death? The spirit left the body, okay? The soul separate from the body. The individual soul survive after death. The soul reaches its eternal destiny of heaven or hell. So, according to the ancient actually philosopher called Plato, he is one of the greatest philosophy, okay? So according to Plato, actually he actually also talking about immortality of the soul. Okay, immortality of the soul. That means there is life after death, and even though your body return to the soul and your spirit still alive, and the destination of your spirit is depends on your faith. So someone going to the heaven, someone going to hell. Okay, that's the actually Plato's explanation about life after death, and it is almost same with Christian belief. Okay, Christian belief. So we humans, okay, humans. So especially the Bible describes death as sleeping. So the book of John chapter 11, Jesus go on to tell them, our friend Nazareth has fallen asleep, but I'm going to there to wake him up. So usually, yeah, the spirit left your body, according to the Bible, actually that means death, and usually death is described as sleeping. That's why Jesus Christ, his Jesus' best friend, Nazareth, he already died, okay? And 3 days later, actually, Jesus Christ alive Nazareth's house, and the physical body of Nazareth already rotten and smelling, okay, because 3 days ago he died. But according to Jesus Christ, he's sleeping, and I wanted to wake him up, and as soon as he alive at the tomb of the Nazareth, and he talked to the dead body of Nazareth. Hey, Nazareth, wake up, stood up, and coming up. And he yelling at the body of the dead body of the Nazareth, and suddenly Nazareth stood up, and he coming up, and everybody was amazed. Everybody was shocked. Okay. So according to the definition of Jesus Christ, sleeping is the definition of death. Death is sleeping, and usually the spirit or the soul is not composed of the parts. That means never disappear. Okay, it sustained. Okay, your spirit, the human spirit has eternal life. The soul is not decomposable. That means it never rotten. As soon as you die, your body rotten. Okay, your body composable, become actually return to the soul. Okay, disappeared, but your spirit still remain. Okay, that's the actually definition of the death according to the Jesus Christ and according to Christianity. So it is exactly actually the Bible and Jesus Christ describe about there is a life after death. And Buddha and Confucius, Buddha is the founder of Buddhism, and Confucius is the founder of Confucianism. Okay, but both of them could not overcome death. They die. They still in the tomb. But one of the difference between Christianity and other religion, Jesus is not in the tomb. He died on the cross. 3 days later, actually, his dead body was raised from death, and that means resurrection. Jesus was resurrected from death. That's the biggest difference. That's why the Christianity, the Bible talking about, describe about the life after death, because Jesus died and Jesus living in another life after death. Okay, that's why. So is there an eternity, a heaven and a hell? Yes. Jesus described about that. There is an eternal life after death. Especially in the Old Testament, Hebrew, Seol, actually Greek, Hades. Actually, it is talking about there is abode of the dead, the unseen world. This embodied soul has a consciousness but dull and inactivity existence. So many Old Testament describe about the situation. Okay, after death, if you're an evil person, your spirit going through the cell. So look at the picture, painting. Yeah, this is some kind of earth. We are living on the earth, but cell is described under the earth. Okay, deep under the underground. And as soon as the evil person died, and their evil spirit going to the cell. Okay. It is the ancient people. Based on the Old Testament, they describe about there is another life in cell, or hell, or heaven. Okay, so punishment is received and the reward are enjoyed. Definitely, according to Jesus Christ, he described about there is heaven, and even the highway is covered with gold and jewelry. and people has eternal life in heaven with joyness. But some people actually they going to send to the eternal fire, and your body is burning, but it is not disappeared for eternally. Your body is burned, and you are so your spirit is feel so painful and suffering. So actually, exactly, whole the Bible is talking about that issue. So there is definitely judgment in the hell. This is even though they are through this class Christian actually apologetic, I try to explain about there is God, but as I said, it is sometimes it is not easy to describe, okay? Because it is exactly the life after death. The life after death. This is not scientific, okay? Only some people experience about this issue, and they talk about their experience after what happened after their death. So science and human logic never find any solution about near death experience, okay? So we don't know about what happened after our death. So exactly a mysterious territory. So through actually whole class of the Christian apologetic, I explain about there is God, and God is spiritual, but how can we know about God's existence? So I'm gonna finish with the book of Matthew chapter 7. Ask, it will be given to you. Seek, you will find. Knock, and it will be open to you. For everyone who asks will receive. The one who will seek, find, and to the one knock, it will be opened. So if you really know about God, kneel down before Him and yelling at Him, "Hey God, if you are alive, let me know it. You are really alive, let me know that." Maybe through your prayer or through your sincere crying, God will respond to you. You may know about God. God revealed Himself to you. Okay, that's the actually answer. That's why with the human logic, human science, human philosophy, actually we cannot find any solution about God existence. Okay, God is alive. How can you know about that? So you must ask, you must seek, you must knock. Okay, God will answer to you. That's actually my best answer throughout this class. Thanks to listen to my lecture, and this is actually the last class of Christian apologetic. Thanks.